Okay, hi everyone. This is our power session. Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hi.
And so we're reading Beach Money by Jordan Adler, which is pretty cool. And I must admit, I've started reading my life script. I've read it a couple of times now, so I'm going to continue to do that. And I've just been adding to it. So every time I think to add to it, and then what I'm going to do eventually is I've got this book ready to go to write it in, this golden book, which I thought was very appropriate. Yeah, and I can write in that as well. So that's what I thought I would do. Yeah, anyway, so when I'm ready, I'll write that out. So we're doing, yes, the Beach Money by Jordan Adler. So last week's chapter was pretty cool on momentum and what can happen. I really love that. And I think this one's a very practical kind of chapter, but very in alignment with a lot of the things that we're learning on our training. So we obviously just had the recruiting challenge on the weekend, which was pretty good. So we had to get up nice and early for that. I think I got up at 1:30. You got up at 1?
Yeah.
So when it was like a 3 to 4 hour training. So I thought it was a good review of everything that we've been learning, and it fits in perfectly as well, which is pretty cool. And maybe we can make a time to go through on the training, maybe after, because we've got how many more chapters for Beach Money? 1, 2, 3. There's little ones, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8, 9-ish, but some of them are tiny little chapters, so we can probably compress them as well. But we will make a time to go through the notes from the recruiting challenge. I think it's worth it. And I know you're compiling notes from the most powerful women, the 20 and 30.
Yeah, that one as well, which is, yeah. Because they all seem to go from one to the other. They all seem to be touching on the same thing, so which is good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So do you want to start this chapter?
Yeah, okay. So this is chapter 14, the Rolex marketing. So money does grow on trees. So
Dex is made out of paper, right?
So in the 1980s, I read a book by Harvey McKay called Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive. It's a work of genius. In it, Harvey writes, you can predict the future of someone's income by looking at the size of his or her Rolex. Have you ever noticed that the people with the most success are also the most well-connected people you will ever meet? Most successful people can get anything done with a quick phone call because they know someone, they have a large Rolex, and they have relationships with the people in their Rolex. Here's an outrageous example. If you wanted to get something done quickly and you needed to pull a team together, who would be better equipped to help you? Elon Musk or the guy who works at the local convenience store? Not to minimize the value of a store attendant, but which one has the larger network? Which one has the resources to help you pull your team together quickly? Let's say you were looking for a job. Who would you call? If you had a big Rolex with lots of quality contacts, you could probably get a job by making a few phone calls. And you would probably get the best results by calling the people who also have the largest Rolexes. You might hear, let me make a few phone calls and see what I can do. It's almost like a tree of relationships. Money does grow on trees. Connected people know other connected people. Strong networks run deep. When you invest your time to become well-connected, you begin to attract others with connections. Within about 2 years, you can set yourself up to never want anything again in business. At your fingertips, you will have all you need to get anything done. Your network will become your most valuable resource. As I write this, I realize that people under the age of 30 probably don't know what a Rolex is. There is a difference between a Rolex and a Rolex, but it's not a bad idea to get to know the people with the big Rolexes because they probably have big Rolexes as well.
Mm-hmm.
So your electronic contact manager is simply a modern day Rolex. Your contact manager holds your network. A contact manager containing 500 contacts is worth millions of dollars to you if you manage it effectively. The network that I began back in the 1980s has grown into the thousands. My contact manager is the most important business tool I have. It's the key to my success. Your success will be largely determined by 1, the number of contacts in your contact manager, and 2, the quality of your relationship with the people in your contact manager. Here are some tips and ideas for growing your network and building a relationship using your electronic contact manager. You have probably heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Actually, it's not just who you know, it's who knows you. You want to make sure that the people in your network know you and know what you do. This is as important as getting to know them. You want them to think of you when they are ready to do business. In other words, are you in front of them enough for them to remember you when the time is right for them to do business with you?
Well, that's very, very good points, isn't it? So I have had a look on the weekend because obviously Eric said phone contacts, email contacts, Facebook. So I went and wrote down all of those. So I know in my phone contacts, I have 1,744 people.
Okay.
And I had to have some, when I transferred stuff to the phone, it was going to take too long. There was going to be too many issues with them doing the whole lot. So I actually lost a fair bit of old contacts, which is a bit unfortunate, but I couldn't do much about it other than going through one by one and running that. Maybe it was worth doing that in hindsight. But anyway, it's still in saying that since I've had this phone for a year and I was only able to bring so many over. Well, it's already built up to 1,744. That's a lot of people on your phone when you think about it.
Yeah.
So how good are my relationships with them? So I should make one of my projects should be to go through and really see how many people in these contacts that I don't have a relationship with that I could improve that.
Yeah.
I think as well. So did you want to continue on?
Oh my God. Yeah, okay. We've got a bit more. Okay, so I had a conversation with someone who was struggling in his business. I asked him how many people he had in his contact manager. He told me he had about 450 people. I then asked how many of those people know exactly the nature of your business and what services you provide. He said only 12 people knew what he was up to. You can not be successful if the people in your network don't even know what you're up to, which I suppose is a major key. It's like if you've got contact.
I'm writing that down as one of my projects too. How many of the 1,744 know the nature of my business and what services I provide? And it's my job to make sure they do.
Yeah. So let's go over a few important things you can do to maximize and the use of your personal electronic Rolex. So add 1 or 2 people to your contact manager every day. So 1 per day is 365 per year. Set this as a goal. Your job is to simply meet them. You're not trying to sell them anything. As time goes on, you'll get to know them and also looking for ways to help them.
So I really like that. I do like that.
Yeah. So even like with the training on the weekend, Eric was talking about that, of making conversation with people. That, don't actually go straight into business. Actually get to know them and see what their family is, it's all that normal conversation. All got to actually do, or just, getting to know people and be interested in people. So 2, okay, view your contact manager as an opportunity to give back. So scan your contact manager each day and ask, what can I do for someone in my network today that will add value to their life? Look at your contact manager not as a resource for getting, but as a resource for giving. Each day, do something positive for at least one member of your network. Give a referral, make a phone call just to check in, send a thank you card, send a thinking of you card, send an I would like to get together with you card. I'm getting tongue twisted now. Controlate. Can't get it out now. Someone in your network. Make an introduction to another member of your network. Host a networking lunch and invite a bunch of people from your contact manager. You can invite them with a call and with a card. Throw a party just for fun. Schedule a short coffee meeting just to get to know a member of your network and find out how you can help him or her.
Sounds good. I actually like the idea of that.
Yeah. Okay, so 3. Okay, so cold calling is not necessary. Your network can connect you with all the resources you need to be successful. When you meet someone new, your objective is to get to know them so that you can become a great resource to them. Add them to your contact manager. You'll also educate them as what to do there. You'll also educate them as to what a good referral would be for you by showing them what you do in business. As a result, you will have many people who will want to go into business with you. Okay, 4, make notes in the notes. So section of your contact manager, keep a log of people's interests and the dates and topics of past conversations you have had with them. Your contact manager does what its name says. It allows you to manage your contacts. Your contact manager is a tool that assists you in creating long associations with the people that you meet.
Yeah.
Which sounds really good, really, I suppose. You know, how many times do we meet someone, but then we don't follow up or we don't keep in contact with them?
Yeah.
It's sort of, you know.
Well, I've been messaging Joyce. She called today. So this is one. So Joyce was when we went to the Bowls Club and did a talk on hydration to that, sort of age group, probably the 60s, 70s, 80s. I think she's 82. And she's friends with the person that's on products. And so she started coming in. Her daughter was also does her blood, but obviously it was too close a connection for her, so she didn't want that. So then I would go looking for, when I just messaged her to go, Joyce. So I messaged her lots of times, thinking of you, because they'd had someone close pass away. She said, thanks, shall I be most I said, I'm just thinking of you, touching base, see how you're going, sending you our love. Thanks. We'll come back soon. That was on the 19th of April. You're most welcome. We're here when you're ready. End of May. Hi, Joyce. How are you doing? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Would you like to catch up for a cuppa or something like that? Didn't hear back from her. Tuesday, 1st of August. So May, June, July, August. Hi, Joyce. How are you going? Sending you lots of good energy. Looking forward to catching up soon. Replies. Hi, Shelley. Thanks for the message. I'm getting better and I'll be out of action for a few weeks. Talk to you soon, because I knew she'd had an operation, because some of the ones at the Bowls Club had said. I said, that's good to hear. Let me know if I can help in any way. The herbal aloe is great for surgery recovery. Didn't hear back from her. Then Friday, the 25th of August. So when's that? A couple of days ago. Hi, Joyce. How was your week? I hope you're recovering well. Some little flowers. And then she called me today.
Okay.
And she said, oh, yeah. And I was out walking and I said, hi, how you going? She goes, good. And she goes, oh, can I come in and grab a shake? So she's coming in tomorrow after 10. So that was, lots of messaging. Rhiannon's the artist I've told you about. Been messaging her back and forth. She's got a lot going on, I can tell. But here she is. Let me flick through. So Rhiannon, just messaging her, and leaving bits and pieces. And, she had her birthday. I said, happy birthday. Then I sent a nice long message. And then I did a short one because she didn't reply to the long one. I knew she was probably busy. Hi, Rhiannon. How's your week going with some flowers? So I didn't hear back from that. It was Thursday, Sunday. So yesterday she messaged me, hey, Shelley, sorry, been crazy. Absolutely loving. Thanks for recommending. Oh, that's right. I saw a post where she was asking if anyone knew any interior designers, and I do know an interior designer. It was in Melbourne. So I tagged Joe on the post to say, hey, have you got any recommendations of what can help Rhiannon get her workout into, with interior designers to use them as well. So, and she said, yep, here's a few things you can do. And so she said, hi, thanks for recommending Joe on my post. So I did exactly what he said. I tried to help in some way. And she said, yeah. And I also said, maybe that you could do this for a little bit of extra money. And she said, no problems. I said, and also you can refer people to me and you can get products cheaper or for free. And that, yeah. So, and she said, all the things she's doing. I'm definitely keen to order a tub of instant herbal beverage. So I know that and I said, no worries. So I did a bit of things. Thanks. Joe's amazing. I love sewing too. I'm not very good at it, but this is what I like doing it for. I had a training on just doing some washing a movie. Let me know when you'd like to get your peach beverage. Enjoy your afternoon. I can see she's seen it, but she hasn't responded to it yet. So I'll just keep back and forth until eventually she's going to order. So that's
it's just like having like a normal conversation, I suppose.
yeah. Like, you know, I don't have any expectations. She might not ever order. It's okay, but if I don't ask, then I don't know. So, and that's just a few. There's a couple of people that I'm trying to get onto the challenge. I think they came in for a body scan. I know one of them came to the goal setting workshop years ago when we had it at the Decks. Okay. And then she came in and she brought Adam and someone else, and we chatted and did their body scans and everything. And I think I saw some furniture for sale, and he was selling a chair that we got and this couch chair thing. And so I went, and then I realized he's a painter, so I gave him an NRG sample, and then he ordered some. And then he's been traveling back and forth. He likes going to Thailand. Anyway, I've been talking to him a little bit about the challenges, drop. So, and not always hearing back. What does it entail again? You know, he's always asking me questions about it. So, you know, I've been messaging him, you know, here it is. Like 17th of August, 20th of August. This is when the challenge starts, because I just said, hey, how was your trip? Photos looked amazing. I wasn't sure if you're home yet. Let me know if you'd like some more NRG, or if you'd like to join our next challenge. It's a great bunch of people. Enjoy your afternoon. That was 17th of August. He messaged back, hey, Shelley, too easy. I'm home, yes, and flat Vicky's again, and I already want and feel like another holiday, LOL. It was an amazing place. You both would love it, and I'm sure the best part was feeding and washing the elephants. So beautiful. Okay, so is it on next month? That's the challenge. Yeah, definitely on my list. If elephant experience would be amazing. The challenge starts on the 28th. Thumbs up. That was 17th, 20th. Happy birthday, Adam. Have an amazing day and wishing you a great year ahead. Thanks so much, Shelley. So he replied on the same day. 20th of August, you're most welcome. Thursday last week. Hey, Adam, how's your week going? Our latest challenge just finished, and 12.5 kilos was lost in a total of 10 days, which is pretty cool. Would you like to join our next challenge starting on Monday? Here are some of the results. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, tell me more, please. We do 10 days at a time. So I just went through blah, 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 a little bit about it. So that was Thursday, Sunday. Hey, Shelley, I will do a challenge, but not this one. If you can talk me more about your next one, assuming it's in about 10 days or so, I'll come in and catch up with you both and get started. Thanks very much for thinking of me. Cheers and blessings to you and your family. Hey, Adam, no problems at all. Sounds like a great idea. Let me know when you're available, and I hope you had a great weekend. Looking forward to catching up. Enjoy your evening. And they went, had a great week. You also be in touch. Cheers. I said, thank you, Adam. That's it. So, you know, lots of back and forward. You've got to be patient and see if they're ready. And some people will never be ready, and that's okay. So, and I've got lots of those kind of conversations going on all the time. And sometimes I go, oh, crap, I forgot about that person. And I just got to, you know, just have my books and my things and my reminders, just go through my text. Sometimes I might have a list, but then I'll just scroll through all my texts and Messenger just in case I forgot someone. And, you know, you just don't know. So, yes, that's basically some of the things that you can do. But the beauty about text and Messenger is that you can see what you've been talking about.
Yeah, because you can go back and go, oh, what
So that's all I really needed to do. So, which is kind of cool. Okay. So did you want to continue on for this next bit?
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So ask yourself the following questions about the people in your network. This will give you an idea of what you'll need to do to advance the quality of relationships with them. So 1, do they know you? Do they know what you do? Do they know what you look like and what you're interested in? People will only do business with people that they remember when they are ready to take action. If you don't come to mind when the time is right, you will not get the business. The most positive associate you with the services that you provide. Okay, 2, do they trust you? Would they call you for advice or ideas? Do you consider you a valuable resource? People typically will only do business with people they trust. By positioning yourself as a trustworthy advisor or expert, you are much more likely to get a phone calls from potential business partners and customers. So 3, do they consider you a friend? Do they like you? People love to do business with friends. Make each person in your contact manager a friend and do things with them that friends do together. So 4, can they depend on you? Are you rock solid in their eyes? Do they know that you will be there for them if they need you? Be consistent and dependable. Call back people when they call you. Do what you say you're going to do. Follow through with your commitments.
And I think the other thing to add to that is if you do make a boo-boo and you forget or something happens, then just say, hey, I'm really sorry, because I know there's someone on my list I want to do that with, because every time I go to message him, I feel like I might be intruding, and I think I just need to go, hey, John, just checking in on how you're going with your health, and I'm sorry I haven't messaged, because every time I feel like I kind of feel like I might be being intrusive, or and I feel like I need to kind of come with that sort of honesty and see how that goes, because he's a fairly prominent business person. I feel like that's how I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah, and I suppose in that way, it's giving him that you're caring about him. You want to actually keep in contact, but you don't want to be like too much. But then he's like thinking, oh, well, you're actually caring about me, of like thinking that you're worried that, and that might actually have him thinking, oh, you do actually sort of care about me. Type thing. So, yeah.
So anyway, so here's on my list to do. I need to do that because I feel like I should have got back to him. So yeah, there's a few that I'm probably going to use that strategy because I feel like it's upfront and it's honest, and it's probably how I really feel. So because now even, Joyce saying, oh, thank you for all your messages, like people are appreciating that you're touching base with them. And so I've got to remember that I'm probably not bugging people, and a lot of people are quite happy to hear from you.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it, for sure.
Yes. Okay. Okay, let's see how we go. We'll try and finish the chapter. Okay, most people who get into business view each person they meet as a potential sale. If the person does not sign up or buy, they are forgotten forever. Successful business owners know that their lifelong association with someone is far bigger than the sale. They know that some people will result in multiple sales over their lifetime, and others may never buy anything at all. Some people may refer lots of people to you, and others may just become close friends. Some people may go into business with you today, and others may never join you. So to recap, by focusing on these 5 things, you can maximize the value you get from your electronic contact manager. So 1, add people to your network each day and put them into your contact manager. 2, get to know the people in your network. 3, make sure the people in your network know you and what you do. 4, acknowledge the members of your network with phone calls, cards, and emails. 5, view your network as an opportunity to give versus an opportunity to get.
I do like that. I think they're great tips, hey?
Yeah. And I mean, it's something that you'd be doing even if we didn't have like computers and stuff. There'd be people that you would see every day. And you would always be making communication or saying how you're going. You would automatically be doing this stuff or remembering people, if it's their birthday or something.
Because it's perfect with what we were talking about with your local area, getting to know all the businesses and people and what they do in your local area, and creating a Rolodex of those people and referring business. And you could email and send a text or post stuff out. You could even give them as a business highlight onto your Facebook page and say, hey, just let you know, this is an amazing butcher. You could easily do those sort of things. Give them a shout out. You could do, shout outs for businesses each week.
Yeah. But I suppose it's the starting part of if you're saying, oh, but I don't have a contact list, but you can always make a new contact list and add in new people. So I think it's just the starting and then thinking it sounds daunting, but it's not really. When you sort of, start doing that, you get better and better at it. So,
I think so too. I think we will. I'm sure we will get this finished. We've got plenty of time.
Yeah. So most people today do a terrible job of acknowledging and connecting with the members of their network on a regular basis. You can differentiate yourself in the eyes of everyone you meet by doing these 5 simple things. Although they each take a few minutes per day, you can optimize the business in your company and on your team if you take the time to do these things. I can hear some of you saying, I already do this. I put people into an automatic email campaign to make sure they hear from me on a regular basis. I believe that email campaigns are a big mistake if you want to build a successful business. Blanket emails annoy people, and most of them end up in your spam folders. You cannot automate the personal touch. You must take the time to connect with the people in your network. You accomplish more in 5-minute personal phone call to one person than can by blasting out 2,000 emails to everyone on your list.
Yeah.
And I suppose you can't hide behind a whole lot of things. Getting on a phone call, it's sort of like you're better to be personally with someone than actually hiding behind something.
So would we have a better relationship doing this, or if I just emailed you?
Yeah, so we have a better relationship because I can see you on this, and we have phone calls and stuff compared to emailing. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So it's sort of interesting.
Very.
So okay, in his book, The Harvey Mackay Rolex Network Builder, Harvey Mackay writes, if I were being mugged and had to choose whether to hand over my wallet or my Rolex file, it would be no contest. Not funny. Losing my wallet is an inconvenient, scary experience and a pain in the back pocket. But losing my Rolex file would be devastating. I can replace all my credit cards and I can live without a few dollars. But the information I've gathered over the years, now that's irreplaceable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never really thought about it like that. It's sort of like, because I mean, the money and credit cards, and you can just replace that. But I suppose connections, that is not something easy to replace. That if you've lost contact with someone or you've got a, so, okay, interesting. Okay, so how do you do it? Like many great ideas, it's very simple. When you meet someone new, make a note of when, where, and how you met, and anything interesting you learned about that person, such as hobbies, family data, special interests, and so on. As soon as you get back to your office, and by this I mean the same day, make a Rolodex card or entry in your contact manager system in the file immediately. You should also note any follow-up contact, a thank you card, or an article sent out when your new contact will occur. That way you can make sure that your Rolodex file is working actively for you and not just sitting dormant. If you don't have a specific reason to contact someone, you might still make a note to follow up in 3 to 6 months. Later, when you get that reminder, you'll find a reason to be in touch. If you have a genuine desire to stay in contact, it's easy.
Yeah, I think that's it, having those reasons and projects and things so that you can contact people. I think that's excellent. Such a good book. There's another one as well. Was it I'm trying to think what his name is, but he has where they do a whole thing on contacts, and he's got a Rolodex and he's amazing at keeping in contact with people. He reaches out and texts and phones people very regularly, and he's extremely good at it. I think it's Chenault, Denise, and I don't know what his name is, the Chenaults, and they've got this whole thing where they do it. So I'll have to find it, and I think it's very, very much in the same alignment as that. So it's such a good book. I'm really, really enjoying the information. I'm glad that we chose that because we probably will do the GoPro, and I've still got the personality things. I think we'll kind of roll into a lot of those and just revisit them. And I think even the Beach Money is worth rereading again. I don't think we should, one time is enough. I feel like there's so much in there. We should go back over it again so that it's really part of everything we do. It's like if I've got a top 5 book list, that would have to be on it for sure.
Yeah.
For network marketing. So I think we'll have a few of those. I've got another one actually called Right or Almost Right. Just see if I can find this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good one as well by John Remser. Yeah, so that one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
So it was about doing things almost right. So I think we'll include that one in our reading as well at some stage. But yes, I just wrote a few notes on, I think I don't serve my email list or my contact list and my Facebook friends list. I think I worked out the amount of people. There's like 3,000 on Facebook, 1,700 in my phone contact, and whatever the emails was, it was quite high as well. I could be doing so much more.
Mm.
Really serving people, giving value. So I want to get better at that. I did say to Ross sometimes, I'll think I'm intruding or whatever it might be, or, I've just got to get better at it, and letting people know what I do. Because you're right, like Natalie dropped in the other day and she'd been on the products years ago. And she just popped in because obviously she probably realizes I'm not a 9 to 5 sort of person. And she said, "Oh, I'm glad you're here because I just want to get a tea." So she just popped in and she bought an instant herbal beverage. So, and that was last Tuesday.
Okay.
And
Yep.
and obviously she saw some people that she knew. So, you just don't know when someone's ready, but if they know what you do, then they're more likely to pop back in. So she'll be on my list to get back to, hey, how are you going with your heavy beverage? I know I sent her an email with some extra information and stuff. So I just want to keep getting better at that. Better to send 20 personalized things than to just, like you said, blanket this email, which is so easy to do. It's just so easy to do that, but it doesn't mean it's that effective. So anyway, I feel like I'm getting better. Like Chelsea, I'd been working on as well, keeping in contact with her because I knew I really wanted to help her and get her in on the challenges. And finally, she's joined in on the challenges, which is so good, because I really want to help her get to her goals. So, I feel like I'm getting better at it, but it's taken time.
Yeah.
But it's totally, totally worth it. I haven't got too much to share on my social media before we wrap up because I know we did this training, so our brains are probably still full of that. Let's see if I can. Why is it not going? Oh, I don't have anything open. That's why I can't screen share because I haven't opened up anything on my desktop to show you. That's okay. I will go back to that. So so I've done all the normal things, the memories, the happy birthdays, just trying to I did the Facebook event obviously for the recruiting thing, made up some flyers, with the color-coded things. So did I share them? Did you see the colored flyers?
Yeah, I think you did that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did 4 colored flyers to go with the personality types for this event coming up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you did it on your phone. That's right. You did it with your phone.
So yes.
That's
So
right.
if I put them into, like I send them to you so you can see them. I basically, so they were just ones I took photos of. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're almost the identical flower, except I thought about what a green personality, blue, yellow, or red. And then I also made up the post so people would want to tell me what color they were. So I did a post on social media. So where is it? Down here somewhere. So I just made it because I wanted it to be something I'd created. So I made that on Be Funky, which is cool. And and so I got like 50 comments. That's pretty good. I think someone's actually messaged that I haven't got back to. Oh, okay, Anya, it's yellow. So she did that but I was busy yesterday. So whatever they say they were, I just put caring and sharing.
Yeah.
And because I know she's a nurse. And then David Exon, who I think is a Herbie person, said he's green. Put the info lover. So just depending on the person, if it was someone that was a contact, I'd probably keep the conversation going. Like Anya's obviously in another company. So I did Dennis Cooney's, he did. He's Mark Polson's sponsor, so I don't really need to be talking to him about it. Estelle is though, she's an artist that I'm trying to do contacts with. Corinne does Herbie person. Corinne isn't, so I she said all of the above, and I said, oh, which one do you think you predominantly? Well, she hasn't answered me. Judy Ernst did. Ethel, who's a nurse who would love to get on the products actually. Megan, Dolly, Geraldine's been a customer. Haley Ferguson, I just said, oh, that's good, just kept that fairly brief, and then the rest looks like all contacts that I'm either on the products or I've got, developing that relationship with, so I kept going as well. So I used that to have a look and go, oh, who's actually interested in what I posted, and who can then I get back to about it, and maybe say, hey, I've just got this flyer that I'm doing for a business opportunity. What do you, I've kind of put it towards your color personality type. Would this appeal to you if I was given to someone that's, and, just because I'd love your opinion on it. So I think that's the way that I'm going to go with that. See how I go. Anyway, they were the things that I was working on. And basically promote. So this week's all about invitation for this event. Invite. Let do letterboxing, go and do walk and talks, get it out on social media, do stories, do posts, do reels. So it's putting me out of my comfort zone, because normally I wouldn't be so prominent with it. So it's making me do more, because we just did the recruiting challenge. Now I need to start being more out there with the business opportunity. So how do I do that in a fun way? The only way I'm going to do it is if I just try a few things, and don't be afraid if I make some mistakes or anything like that. So that's kind of how I'm thinking of it. Yeah. So Pam,
and you learn from that as well, that if you did something wrong, okay, that didn't work, try again, do it a different way. So, but that's actually getting you out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Which, we all grow from pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone.
I'll just say to Pam, I'll give her a call back. Sorry, she's just tried to call. I'll call in 10. Okay. So, yes, I think it's just for me, practice and just getting out there. And so I want to do I want to do some who do you knows. I'll definitely approach some people saying, hey, I really, like I did with Beck today, I would love you on my team, and I just love the way you are. Like, I see you, you show up, you work hard, you're great with people, like I just love that. So anyway, just, at the very least, it must be a compliment. And at the very least, she must realize now that maybe she's never thought that I would like her in my team or anything, or never thought about it. Well, now she's going to think about it, right?
Yeah. And if it's not suitable for her, she might know someone.
I did say that, or you might know someone. I said, but I would, I just love everything about you. So anyway, see what she says. She always compliments on my skin and things like that. That's kind of her thing. Yeah. And we always get along well. She's just lovely. She's always nice. I just like the way she's good at handling conflict. She's strong, so she was a young mum. So she's got kids that are, I think, older than mine. And she's much younger than me. So, I think she was a single mum, she's done a lot with her life. And I think she's pretty amazing. She looks tired a lot though. So anyway, she likes climbing mountains, and she's into fitness. Like, she's quite trim sort of person. Anyway, so that's Beck. So that's why I was kind of open with her. So I feel like I want to do a little bit more of that as well. And then the next week we'll be following up on everyone and keep promoting it, but then get the resources organized for it. So Ross and I will work out how we're going to do it, because I said I don't want to do it where I'm just presenting. I want it to kind of where we sit down around a table, form the people a little bit, have some resources, because when we said, they need to be pointing at something, introducing something, reading something, or telling a story. I want to have all those 4 elements in our presentation. I want us not to be the issue. It's not about us. It's about everything else that we've got.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on for this event. And then I want to duplicate it, whether it's online or whether it's face-to-face or both, that we're doing not just in presentations and being able to talk to people and bring those elements in, but then the mentoring process of, pretty much what we heard yesterday, and teaching people some of those elements on how to launch them properly, teaching them what to say, how to do the scripts, adding in some personal development, because they're not going to, we need to help them grow personally, so that they can be a better communicator and leader. So I feel that I'm ready for it, like this has to happen. We're not going to get to $1 million a year. And, we're listening to the $1 million earners that he interviews. They're kind of older recordings. We watched one last night, and he said to the person she was into the jewelry one, and she said that she's just about to become a $1 million Hall of Famer. And he said, I'm going to challenge you to think beyond that and know that you could get to $1 million a month. So I love that, he would push to doing even more. So I feel like, yes, we can get to $1 million a year. So first step is to get the 10 recruits. Second step is to get to 100K a year. I want to join that mastermind group. That definitely is going to be the thing for me. So maybe what we should do is a little bit of a talk about some of the levels and options and why people should be investing in that mentoring program.
Yeah. Okay.
So next week we might do that as part of I know we've got our book, or another time, if you've got time, that we can do that and just go through those options so everyone's got them as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So tomorrow night's Results Academy, obviously, with and we've got a skin range. So I don't know who's presenting that. Blaine and Lucy are back. Jenny actually did the duplicate of the presentation, which is awesome. I'm happy about that. So she's got that one. And all we know just do is one more, and then there's 4 different types of presentations, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Then Wednesday we've got book club, which I'm looking forward to. And then on Thursday I've got dental work with Caitlin, and the girls have the day off school on Friday. There's a pupil-free day. So if you've got some time, maybe on Friday or Saturday, and we could do a little bit of a recap maybe of the notes from the training, and then some of the levels and why people would want to become part of it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
So let's do that. Then I'll keep working on my life script too. I've been, but I'm happy that I'm reading it, because I've written some. Now I need to kind of get it as where it's part of my language, as if I've already created it. Like it's already been created for me. So we'll keep working on that too, because it's easy not to do. It's easy to get busy doing all these other things, but I'm trying to, when I sit down in the morning and I'm having my Herbie beverage, I bring out all my goals and affirmations and things I like to read, and I've just started adding that into what is part of what I'm doing. It takes like 10 minutes. Like it's 10 minutes out of my whole day and all life. That's so important, and it actually does probably more for me and my future. So I'm trying to prioritize those things.
Yeah, I need to work on it some more, because I seem to.
It's just something small, like even if it's just a little paragraph to start with, that you could start with, and just be a sense of how you want, encapsulate how you can see your life or would love your life to be, and then start reading that, and then you can always add to it.
Yeah.
So we'll keep doing that too, and it's probably a chapter we should revisit before we finish the book, like go back and just pick out that chapter and say this is one of the ones. And obviously the Rolodex, having your contacts, and are you starting to add to your contacts? Because if we don't do that, that's because it's all relationship building, and something I really want to get good at. I think that I've done exactly what he said. People have slipped away and I just haven't kept in touch. Well, it's my job to keep in touch, so I'm going to have to get better at that. Enjoy your afternoon. I'm going to go now and pick up the girls from school. I'll remember to ring Pam, and thank you for doing that. That's cool. So let's stop the recording. Give me 2 seconds to do that. Hope everyone enjoys it. It was pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you.